Hey y'all, it's Cindy Cobb with Around the Town of the South, and I am so excited to be here at the Westin in downtown Jackson. I'm at the Salvation Army Gala, and when I found out that Jonathan Evans was going to be the speaker, I had three impressive things that impressed me. One thing is he's a Dallas Cowboy fan. Yay, yay, go Cowboys. The second thing is he gives back, and the third thing, he's a Christian. And so when I was talking to Jennifer, I said, please set that up. I would love to have him on the show and hear his story. I know that you have some kind of a story, no doubt about it. He's from Dallas, Texas. So first off, welcome to Mississippi. I'm sure it's not your first time to be here, but welcome again with all the hospitality.
Hey, it's good to be here. I'm glad to be with you.
I am too, so thank you for joining me first and foremost.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about you, where you started, what happened in between, and how you got here.
Okay, so many of you may know my dad, Dr. Tony Evans. A lot of you may know my sister, Priscilla Shire, from the movie War Room and those different things. So I can't say that I don't have a great family. I do. I love my family. And my brother is also here with us. And so, yeah, that's going to be fun. And so being able to be a family man first and foremost is what I learned. I learned from my dad. I learned from my mom. And so right now I'm married with 5 kids. 5.
Wow.
5 kids.
5 kids.
So family's got to be important. You know what I mean? With 5 kids. So I have 5 kids that are 10 and under. So y'all pray for me.
Oh. I bet Christmas is so much fun at your house.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. It's got to be fun. There's no other way. So, so that's my family right now, and so we're gonna try to keep it that way. I'm not gonna go any further than that, I don't think. Okay. But it's been fun. But my background is in athletics, and so I was a football player my whole life. I played at Duncanville High School in Texas, and then went on to play for Baylor University. And my dream was to always run out of the tunnel. And I said, you know, Dad, I want to go to the NFL. And he said, why? I said, what do you mean, why? It's the NFL. I want to run out of the tunnel. I want to play in the NFL. Well, long story short, that was a rocky road for me. I got there, but I really wasn't there like I wanted to be. I was kind of in the background. You know, I'd be active, but I wouldn't be able to play. I wouldn't be dressed. There was all these different scenarios that happened that kind of kept me from running out of the tunnel the way that I always dreamt that I would. And what happened was God used all of that in my life, my whole sports background, but trying to run out of that tunnel to show me that I was trying to really do it for my own glory and to really ready me for where he was taking me. And so now I run out of the tunnel every single Sunday as the chaplain for the Dallas Cowboys.
That is awesome.
And so that's what I do right now. I'm the chaplain for the Dallas Cowboys, the co-chaplain of the Dallas Mavericks. But the Dallas Cowboys are special because I stand in the tunnel every single week and I run out because he was using that time of wilderness, so to speak, trying to make it to show me that he was growing me for where he wanted me to actually be. And it was his tunnel, not my tunnel. And so that's an encouragement to everybody who's listening.
Absolutely,
there is a tunnel for you.
It is. You know, hearing your story, just a little snippet, God had a bigger plan for you.
That's right.
There's no doubt about it. Football is awesome, football is great, but the lives that you touch on the level that you are now, it has to be so much more rewarding for you.
Yeah, it's very rewarding. It's very rewarding to have the opportunity to give back in a way that I totally understand. Like there's nothing that those guys are going through or have been through that I haven't been through myself. And so that's when you can do real ministry. You can do real ministry when you've actually, people complain about the pit, but it's the pit that puts you in a position to really be able to stir up lives when God puts you in the palace, wherever that is for your life. So it's been good, and that's what brings me here.
That is awesome. Well, when you walk the walk and you've walked it and you've been there, it's not like you're giving an opinion.
That's
you're
right.
You're giving an experience.
You're giving an experience.
And that makes a huge difference when you are mentoring anyone. So I am so looking forward to hearing your story, hearing your brother's story, listening to everything you say. I'm a huge fan now, needless to say, not just of you, but of what you do. Somewhere along the line, I missed that you were the chaplain for the Dallas Cowboys.
That's all right. That's all right.
I don't know how.
But that's where I am now. You got the story too, just like everybody else.
And I love it because when I always do these stories, and I love sharing what we do in the South, how we give back, how we are mentors, what we mean to communities. A lot of people look at the southern states and they just don't don't think highly of our state,
Right,
so to
right.
say. And my job and your job is to showcase what we do have and what God has put in front of us to show people. And part of that is tonight, and I'm so excited, I can't wait to hear your story.
It's great.
If there's one thing in your life, and I always tear up at this because it's just so emotional when you think about your life. Your legacy is your children, of course, because you got your legacy from your dad. And I could hear that in your voice. But is there one point in your life when you said, "Okay, God, it's yours. I've done all I can do"? I know you're on your knees somewhere, and I know that there was a moment where you realized you're on this earth for bigger things.
That's exactly right, and that's kind of a part of this story. So there's 2 points. There's one point, obviously, when I accepted Christ. That's where it all starts, and the ball gets rolling. You're born again. Now it's time to grow and mature to what God is calling you to do. But it's really when I recognized that when I felt like I was in the pit, that God was giving me all the evidence in that pit to know how He was going to use me. So now, when you look at the story of Joseph, it says that it was empty and waterless in the pit. Well, he was over a famine in the land, but he had to experience the famine first. And so I was complaining, whining, grumbling about not getting what I want instead of being focusing on what he wants. And when I got the most broken is when you give it up. You
give it up.
When you give it up, when you get the most broken and you're like, what my plan is just not working out. And so, there was that point when I was, actually I played in NFL Europe. I was playing in NFL Europe in Berlin, Germany.
Oh, wow.
And I played there, and that's where God showed me where He was trying to take me. I tried to quit. I tried to give up. I was crying. I was calling my dad, telling him to book a flight because I didn't have any money. I was just trying to make it. And God was like, "No, I want you to stay." And by the end of the season, 7 players accepted Christ. They gave me the nickname Rev.
Oh.
They were coming to my room for personal counseling, and God was like, "See, I want you to be in the NFL. I want you to play, but I want you to play a different way. And when you do that, you'll experience a Super Bowl life, not just a Super Bowl game."
I have chills. I mean, that's amazing. I can't wait to hear the rest of your story. I can't thank you enough for joining me, and I can't thank you enough for what you're doing and the lives that you're touching. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for being a part of the Salvation Army. We love, love, love the Salvation Army here in Mississippi and what they do. I love that they give back in our own backyard, and our backyard is the South.
That's right.
So if you're looking for any kind of organization to get involved with, I'm going to put the links on here for the Salvation Army. We are down here at the Westin. I'm not sure if there's any tickets, but you should come down here, pay the money to get in. Are there any tickets left?
We have 1 table.
There's 1 table left. So I would recommend just listening to half of your story. Get in your car. What time does it start?
7 o'clock.
Starts at 7 o'clock. You have plenty of time to get here. Dress as you want to come. If you want to come straight from work, it's going to be great. But you're going to miss out on a big blessing if you're not here tonight. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone at the Salvation Army. I want to thank Westin for this beautiful place that allows us to do this. So y'all, I will be posting more on this tomorrow. So stay tuned, and we'll see you around the town.